All right, so I'm gonna go through a review video for you for mitosis, meiosis. I know you can only see top of my head there, but it's obviously not important to see that part. So here's your date. The quiz is next week, Tuesday, February 21st. Make sure you study. Make sure you listen to this a couple times. Have found a way to type out the quizzes to where I can send that out to you through homework. So that will be on the cellular reproduction. I'll show you that right now. I'm going to put this video and the quizzes form on the Hapara workspace. So we'll go down. We'll go down here to the Hapara. Close this G Suite out because we don't want that. We want to go to Hapara workspace. So you will click on the folder for mitosis, meiosis, which is underneath cellular reproduction. So you click here. There'll be a video put in this evidence folder, and along with the directions for the quizzes that we're going to do tomorrow in class, which will be Friday, February 17th. So back to this page here. I'll go through this with you guys, this quiz. Remember that mitosis is a process that results in two daughter cells, and they have the same number of chromosomes as the parent cells, so they are an exact clone. So again, they are identical daughter cells. Mitosis again results is two identical daughter cells. Mitosis is responsible for growth, repair, and maintenance in an organism because exact duplicates of each mother cell are produced. So they're faithfully passing on the DNA to the next cell so that it stays the same. Remember, when you look at when you are looking at the stages of when you're looking at the stages of mitosis, you need to understand that prophase in most slides looks like just a big pile of spaghetti. Your metaphase, they're going to line up in the middle. Sometimes you don't see that quite as often. So the next stage would be anaphase, where they're getting pulled apart to the opposite ends. In a plant cell, it's going to look very squared off. There'll be a dotted line in between where you have what we call the cell plate in place. During telophase, after anaphase, which is getting pulled apart, they'll have chromosomes located at the ends or of the two new cells forming. And then after telophase, you go to cytokinesis, where you have the smaller cell actually are the two cells, but you have the chromosomes kind of forming back into that chromatin, that what it looks like as kind of a mess of spaghetti. Plant animal cells make exact copies through the process, again, of mitosis. Again, it's just an identical cell being made. Body cells may produce additional body cells by the means of mitosis, but organisms that reproduce sexually, we're going to produce gametes or sex cells by the means of meiosis. So again, that's mitosis for body cells, meiosis for sex cells. If we were to correctly distinguish the differences between mitosis and meiosis, you would say the number of chromosomes remains the same in mitosis and is reduced by half in meiosis. So for instance, if a human skin cell contains 46 chromosomes, the human egg cell would only have 23 chromosomes. So if we have two identical cells or two diploid cells for mitosis, the outcome for meiosis is what we call two haploid cells, which are half the amount of DNA. Remember, this human skin cell has 46. The human egg cell only has 23. So an organism with 24 chromosomes in each body cell will produce sex cells with 12 chromosomes in them. If normal humans, sex cells contain the haploid number of chromosomes. Remember, diploid or diploid is full, haploid is half. Meiosis makes 4 haploid cells. If a cell starts with 48 chromosomes, then each new cell or gamete produced at the end of the process will contain 24. Remember, gamete refers to sex cell, and the sex cell is half, or the gamete cell is half the amount of chromosome material. If a somatic cell, which is another name for a body cell of a human, contains 46 chromosomes, then after meiosis, the new sex cell would contain 23 chromosomes. When gametes combine to form a zygote, the chromosome number of the zygote is now referred to as a diploid cell, or a full set of chromosomes. Haploid sperm and egg are produced via meiosis. What process is responsible for producing what we call the 2N zygote? That is actually fertilization. So we have the fertilization of an egg cell by a sperm cell. The diploid or diploid number of a lily whose pollen contains 12 chromosomes would be, I'm sorry, I had to clear my throat, would be 24, because the pollen would be the actual number of chromosomes. So it would be 12 or 24 chromosomes, and is produced when pollen containing sperm fertilizes the egg. So the diploid number of a lily is actually 24, but the pollen, which is the male sex cell for the lily, it's going to contain the sperm, has 12 chromosomes. And it will fertilize the egg, bringing that diploid or that full cell to 24 chromosomes once it starts to reproduce. What type of cells are produced after fertilization occurs and the gametes combine? That would be a diploid zygote. Okay, remember, diploid means full set. So we have the egg and the sperm coming together to make a zygote, and we have a full set of chromosomes. In organisms that reproduce sexually, meiosis produces the male and female haploid gametes. The name of the process that joins the 2 haploid cells together to form a diploid, again, is fertilization. When we look at sexual reproduction occurring, what's the number of chromosomes in a zygote? If the parent's reproductive cells or gametes contain 12 chromosomes, so as they come together to form one zygote, it would be that 24, 12 plus 12, 12 from the male and 12 from the female. So again, need to make sure that you look over this, study the material. A lot of it has to do with math, going from a diploid to a haploid. Remember, going from a diploid to a haploid or a body cell to a sex cell, you're going to divide it in half. If you go from 2 sex cells and you have fertilization happening, you get a zygote or a diploid, so it would be double. If you have any questions, make sure you ask. Shoot me an email, and I will try to explain it to you.